Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Spectre's Corner. This is Spectre 531. And guess what? I'm about to give you a true, real deal adventure that I actually went on, okay? In PS Home. Remember that thing back there that Sony had and everything, and everybody was all on it and everything? Yeah. I'm about to tell you something that happened to me on PS Home, okay? I met this one girl, and she was real cool, you know, had a nice personality and everything, and she showed Spectre that she liked him a little bit. So I'm like, oh snap, okay, I gotta put my best foot forward here. So that's what I did. You know, I treated her kind, I treated her nice and everything. And she came and hung out with me. Okay, she told me she was Asian and this and that and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm just eating it all up because it's just information she's volunteering. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I told her what the real deal was with me and everything, and she was like, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, time passed, and for some reason there was this other guy that she was started to hang around with a lot and everything, and I noticed it. I noticed that she would play the little flirtatious games that she used to do with me way back when we first started talking. So I was like, okay, but see, I'm not the strong jealous type or anything, so I'm like, okay, whatever, maybe that's just how she just introduces her new friends or whatever. But my suspicions turned out to be absolutely correct, because she finally came right out and said that this is my boyfriend here and this and that and the other, and he's just sitting up there because he was a complete douchebag. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's it. See, the thing about me, my friends, is, okay, the problem with that particular scenario is that she just didn't tell me beforehand, because I'm not the type to stalk you. I'm not the type to ask why. I'm not the type to just stand around pining for you and all that. Hell no! Spectre gets up, he leaves, that's it. Bye-bye. But just know this, when you cut a tie with Spectre, you can't get it back. Okay, you might as well burn that damn rope that I was on, because you will never, ever, ever get me in that situation again. Never. Okay, now at first I was a little messed up by it, I won't lie to you, but I never bothered her. I never tried to come where she was anymore or anything. Sometimes I ended up in the same server with her, but then I would leave immediately because I wasn't trying to follow her, and I didn't, you know, really want any interaction with her anymore. So anyway, my friends, pressing on, a little bit later I found this other girl, and she was so sweet. Oh my goodness. I met her, she was in a big sister outfit, and she really loved it because she kept making it jump and do the little stance and fighting stance and everything, and I'm like, oh snap, you like BioShock too, huh? She was like, yes, it's my favorite. Oh my goodness, yes, it is so much fun. And I said, yeah, those big sisters are a lot tougher than the big daddies ever dared to be. She's like, I know, right? And they are just so awesome. And I just couldn't believe how much this girl was into BioShock, because at the time I was too. I was like jonesing off of BioShock, okay? So I talked to her a little bit, and it turns out that she was an Asian girl as well. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, pleased to meet you. Wait, and first, let me stop you right there, okay? Look, guys, girls out there, I do not have an Asian fetish, okay? These girls just happen to be Asian, okay? Don't think, oh, Spectre creeping around for Asian girl. No, I'm not, okay? That's just what happened, okay? That's it. Okay, so back to what I was telling you. Okay, so, you know, I met her, and we all got together and everything, and I'm like, okay, you know, we didn't get together, but, you know, we started hanging out because she was really, really cool. So she was like, Spectre, would you like to see me? I'm like, sure, yeah, I'm all for that. So she sent me a picture, and oh my goodness, talk about a cutie pie. I mean, this girl was 100%. Asian and hot, okay? And I said, okay, look you, it's no fair sending me some cute Asian model instead of your actual picture. She was like, Spectre, that's me, come on. I'm like, you're serious? She was like, yes. I'm like, oh wow, oh shoot, my fault, okay. I'm like, well, you're hot. And she was like, oh, thank you, and all that stuff. So I'm like, cool. And she was like, Spectre, let me see a picture of you. I'm like, no. She was like, why? What? I'm like, look, you look like a model. I look like, well, not a model. She's like, oh, Spectre, come on, I showed you me, please. I'm like, no. She's like, please. I'm like, don't hit me with the pleases, no. I'm like, please. I'm like, fine, damn, okay. You dang women, don't know when to quit. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I sent her a picture of me. Then she was like, she was just as sweet as she was before I sent the picture. She was like, Spectre, are you kidding me? And stuff like that. I don't know where she was going with that, but whatever. So anyway, after that, it turns out that Mr. Douchebag that had quote unquote stolen that first one from me, he came over and started in on my friend here. And I'm like, oh hell no, not you again. So I told her all about him and everything, and I said, take it with a grain of salt, hang around him if you want to and everything. So she was like, okay, and she's just a genuinely sweet person, so she took whoever wanted to hang out with her, but she liked me because I showed her what I was about, okay? And sure enough, I would take her to my private spaces, we'd hang out there. I'd ask her what she would like to do and everything, and we just had a good time, Nothing sexual, none of that, even though a lot of PS Home people tried to do that. But she and I just enjoyed being with each other because we fed off of each other's energy. So she was super sweet. I would do whatever I could for her because she would just ask, and she was just so sweet. I couldn't resist doing things for her. And she was just as sweet as they come. I would take her to musicality space and she would just be up there for hours. I'm like, damn, I didn't think anybody could have this much fun playing in this space, but she did. She enjoyed it, and I was happy to be there. But anyway, yeah, it turns out that that douchebag that came around, he had an Asian girl fetish, because it turns out that first girl wasn't really Asian at all. Because I know this because she showed me herself, and I'm like, okay. And then she saw that I wasn't one of those that was going to be like, what, you're not really Asian? How dare you? And all that. No, I'm not that type. I was like, okay, so you're not Asian. All right, big deal. Whoopee. I'm glad to finally know who you are. Yeah. And if she hadn't just left me high and dry the way that she did, I would have still been super cool with her. But the fact is that she just left me out to dry. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And my other little friend there, the actual Asian girl, I was not going to let her fall into the clutches of that other bastard who just had an Asian girl fetish. To hell with him. So I kept my eye on her as long as I could. And eventually she just stopped coming on the PSN completely, so I hope she's alright. If she comes by this video, I hope she knows that Spectre loves you very much, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are. So my friends, on that note, this is Spectre 531, out.